Is there another video game crash headed our way? For those of you who don't know what the big video game crash was, it happened in 1983, where there was a bunch of rivaled consoles, hurried produced games, computers were way more popular and affordable than consoles, many people could make Atari games. Today's version is like indie games on Steam. Costs of consoles are too much, stupid decisions like Atari ordering 12 million copies of the Pac-Man game, the approximate owners of the actual Atari was about 10 million, and 7 million eventually sold. What a dumbass. Today's equivalent is Sonic Boom, where it sold 490,000 copies as of February 2015. That's not good. A lot is similar to today if you look at it. There's rival consoles that are really expensive, and have a bunch of different things, and it's just insane. There are indie games that suck ass and are just a cash grab on Steam. There are tons of them if you look at it, and there's so many bad ones. There are hurriedly produced games like Sonic Boom that are not up to the standards in terms of graphics, weak story, or glitches. Main reason for a possible crash is indie games flooding everything right now. I mean, look at Steam. There's a ton of shit. There's the Xbox indie game thing. There's gonna be more for PlayStation 4 or something. And then there's all this shit about early access. Is it to fund it more? Do you not have enough funding to actually finish the game, so you're relying on early access? Or how about Kickstarter and Indiegogo, where there's promises that are left unfulfilled and unfinished games that they promised were awesome? It's not looking good. Back in the day, there were so few games that you had to spend your money really wisely to get a good game. Now there's a shit ton of games. Most of them are crap. And even if you want them, you wait until they're about $6 before considering buying it. When is it gonna change? When will decent games be the norm? It did happen. Look at 1995. I can make a list here. Chrono Trigger, Mortal Kombat 3, Earthbound, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Terranigma, Rayman, Twisted Metal, Donkey Kong Country 2, Worms, Tales of Fantasia, Suikoden. How about 1998? Resident Evil 2, Xenogears, Parasite Eve, Gran Turismo, F-Zero X, Medieval, Metal Gear Solid, Spyro the Dragon, Pokemon Red and Blue, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, Grim Fandango, Half-Life, Ocarina of Time, Baldur's Gate, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Mario Party, Suikoden 2, Thief, The Dark Project. When will there be a year that has so many memorable games like this? Yes, there are still really good games, and yes, I know and I understand that they take a long time to make now because they're not just little tiny 16-bit easy things to do. I mean, yes, there are good games, but there's a lot of shit in between that you have to put up with, especially when consoles first launch. There's always a bunch of shit games, maybe one or two gems in that. We're headed straight on course for another video game crash if we're not careful. So do you agree or disagree? Is the video game world facing another crash? Let me know in the comments below. And now I'm going to be addressing topics from the Praise versus Play, which was ages ago, and I'm very, very sorry about this. It's just I've never really had a good topic in mind to address and then have replies on these topics. Anyways, I've narrowed it down to only 4 comments, and I've been trying to do that for all of mine because there's usually so many good comments, but I try and pick a bunch of different ones for varying reasons because there's a lot of overlapping opinions. So here we go. First topic is from Infel. They don't really care about how others play games, as long as they're not being dicky, superior assholes about it. If someone wants to play for achievements, cool, but it doesn't make them better than someone who doesn't, which I completely agree. There's a lot of games I haven't played. Does that make me worse? Maybe in their opinion, but overall, no. They see people doing the praising and bragging and shit with difficulty level. Dark Souls, Demon Souls. And they brag about beating the game super hard and all that shit. And yeah, it's a pretty cool feat if you can do that. Everyone plays games for different reasons. People play for stories, achievements, blah blah blah. Yes, exactly. I honestly usually play games based on their music, which sometimes the game can be absolutely terrible and easy or whatever, not a good game, blah blah blah. But hey, I enjoy the music. I also go, obviously, for story because I like that. Nice graphics is like an extra plus, but it's not obviously needed. I mean, you see that with Nier. Great story, Great music, absolutely terrible graphics, plain textures, it's gross to look at. But hey, it was fucking good. Info also says that they don't think it's wrong to be proud of certain achievements because they are hard, and yeah, you deserve it. But just don't be an asshole about it. Twilight Sin says they generally don't mind if people keep it clean, brag about your accomplishments, and your game score, whatever makes you happy. The one gripe is, if you haven't played this game or done this, you aren't a real gamer. And as they point out, reeks of arrogance and elitism, which is terrible. And yes, very important, everyone has a genre of games they excel at. Obviously mine is RPGs, because I love RPGs. I am fucking terrible at stealth. Honestly, I might even actually put up a video just to show you how fucking terrible I am. And finally, which I absolutely love this, I've been playing a game for 20 years, no one is gonna tell me what makes me a gamer. Completely agree. Very good comment. Hime Test says that they haven't really experienced the whole you call yourself a gamer, you haven't played this, and they say that it's usually because they want to point out that it's a really good game and that maybe you should play it. Just maybe using a different set of words that means a completely different thing. They also point out that most people grow out of the praise level eventually and go into the just having fun. In some circles, it can turn into a competition and you have to complete hard games and you brag, and what they're saying is in the end, it's all about playing a game. That's the core basic thing about it. And yeah, it's a game. You play a game. A very insightful comment from Jakuri-chan. They noted that gaming actually has its roots in not play but praise, when it started in arcades, where machines kept track of high scores, and you wanted to get your name on that goddamn high score, so you could be like, yes, look at me, I did it. It was all for bragging rights. But when technology became more private and you could take it home and stuff, that's when story becomes a lot more important. This is when it changed from being praise to play, because you wanted to know what the story was. You wanted to be immersed into the game. And obviously it evolved into something that could actually hold a story instead of shoot some aliens out of the sky. That's it. One thing that they mentioned though is that we've come full circle and we are living again where it's praising. Like right now with hard games and you praise and you have achievements and trophies. My question is it gonna turn back into a play thing? Maybe after the video game crash. Who knows? Maybe there's gonna be a big explosion and a big revival of just playing games, which would be cool. And if that did happen, it maybe would produce a lot more better games, and then we'd be more immersed into playing them than yeah, it could happen. Anyways, thank you for all of your time and all your patience, waiting for your replies to comments and all that. I will hopefully do this more regularly, but I say that every time, and it kind of looks like a huge lie, so I'll do it when I want to. Thank you again, and I will hopefully get one out faster than last time.